City Shoes Realty. Give me a minute, family. I'm gonna try to get something set up. We are coming at you live, and what in living color? I'm here with Miss Lindsay Sear. Miss Sear, would you please do the us the honor of introducing yourself? Well, I've figured something out on my end.
Yes, Smitty, thank you for having me. I'm Lindsay Sear with Tidewater Mortgage, and my NMLS number is 2237078. Thank you so much for having me. We're looking forward to bringing some value here today.
Yes, it looks like we are live, and yes, it is locking up. So we're just going to continue for as long as we can continue because my side of the screen is now being funny. But Lindsay, thank you for being with us today. So, Lindsay, I had an interesting phone call a few minutes ago, and the person shared with me that she can't budget because she has no money to budget. And I was like, huh? That can't be right. Anyone ever hit you up with that one, Lindsay?
I get that one a lot. I agree.
You know, and I'm constantly telling folks, if you don't have any money to budget, that's the reason why you budget, so that you'll have some money to budget. You know, we got to
There
start
you go.
you know. And how long have you been in this crazy mortgage business?
Oh, it feels like forever. But it is so exciting to help everyone who comes through the door. And it all starts with a budget. That's the first starting point to reaching your goal.
Yeah, you know, June, that's feeding through. All right. So again, family, we're having some technical difficulties today. If it gets to be too much, then we're going to back out and come back in. June, how's the quality of the feed so far? Is it great? Okay. Okay. So again, family, our goal here today is to encourage you, to educate you, and to empower you all the way home. And as Lindsay said, it starts with budgeting. We say it every day. Your money is your power, and your power is your money. And we have to accept that, but then we got to put it to work. Because again, you grind those 40 hours a week, family. You're out there putting out the time. You're trading time for money. Well, it only makes sense that your money should benefit you. And the best way your money can benefit you is, first of all, by going further. How do we make our money going further? By accounting for it, family. We all have what we call leaks in our money bucket. Lindsay, I imagine that you probably talk to folks about, different ways to save money or different ways to better utilize their money all day, probably.
You cut out there at the end, Smitty.
Yeah, it's kind of sketchy our connection. Yeah. Let's
We do. We talk about budgeting. That's one of the first things that we talk about in our initial consultation is, do you have a budget? Number one. It's really amazing how many people have not, prior to the pre-approval stage, sat down and really wrote down all of the money coming in versus all of the money going out. And it's really important to know that piece when looking at the
So,
numbers.
what's one of the hardest things that you feel people get about budgeting, or maybe don't get about budgeting?
I think it's easy to focus on our core bills, like our rent, our electric, but the smaller bills can tend to get lost. How much gas are you putting in your car for commuting? If you have any credit card payments that you pay above your minimum payment, maybe we're not factoring that in. Or if you smoke or have any other expenses, your kids' clothes, those little tiny details that add up day over day.
Yeah, it looks as if we are both frozen on Facebook side right now. So, Lindsay, let's go ahead and exit out and come back in, okay? And maybe because
Okay.
we're not feeding through the Facebook at all.
I can see you feeding through
Okay.
here.
I am. Let me see. It's amazing on
You got
my.
two people, Gwen and someone else has just joined you.
It's frozen now. Now. Yeah, let's exit out and come back in. It's not. Gwen says we're not frozen.
That's what
I
I'm saying.
I don't know. So we'll just
Keep going.
we'll just keep on going, Lindsay. We'll just keep on going.
All right, let's roll
You
with
know,
it.
again, Gwen Murphy Johnson has joined us. Gwen, of course, is an agent with River City Blues Realty, and so let me close this up.
You've
So
also got Angela Yosti. Goes well with watching.
Okay. Okay, good. So you gotta forgive me, Lindsay. I'm just miscombobulated here. But we're gonna make it do what it do. So Lindsay, on the subject of budgeting, well, how much money on average would you say a person would need to have to take advantage of grants and down payment assistance to buy a home?
I would say 1% of the purchase price they're
Okay.
looking at is a good
Okay.
ballpark.
So yeah,
Some of those programs, you have to bring a little bit of money to the table to take advantage of the bigger money on the other
so if
side
we
of
bring a little bit of money, we get the bigger money.
it.
Okay.
Sometimes that's
So
correct.
yeah, our image is not clear. So let's go ahead, Lindsay. I'm gonna go ahead and end this, and then we're just going to come back in, okay? See if we can't get a better connection. Okay. All right.
Okay.
So just let me figure out how to end it. It's been a while since I've been on this side.